this is Nikki in Niagara coming to you from Niagara Falls, Canada, and welcome to part number 12 of my complete coloring book collection and finished pages. Brain fog for a minute there. So, this shelf that we're doing, it has my Alan Roberts and my Kirby Rosanes on it, so those will be featured. Otherwise, it's a lot of miscellaneous stuff that starts with the letter M or P. Not M. P, Q, and R. That's where we go on this shelf. So starting with P's, I have the Posh coloring book, Art Therapy for Fun and Relaxation. So this is one of the original Posh books. It has backgrounds and a little bit of colorings in them. I haven't done anything in here, but I would like to. The only problem is okay, so this first half here is coloring, and this half here is doodling. But I suppose you can get out your paints and work with them in this section. And maybe some of the pages just leave the way they are. Next, I have the Beatrix Potter coloring book. This is copyright 2016. And so these are pictures that are taken from Beatrix Potter's original illustrations. We've got some pattern pages, and then we've got some scenery. Now I think I've done one in here. I think it was in Peter Rabbit. No, it doesn't look like I did. No, I don't think I got this far when I was doing my color a page in every book. Yeah, no, I haven't colored in that. Next we have Monster Babes by Stephanie A. Quinn. Now these are great big monster faces. They're slightly grayscaled. This side gives you some information about her. But otherwise you can consider them single-sided if you don't really need to have that not covered up. So I've done a few in the beginning here. My problem with this book is that the faces are so big and it's tough to do them. Like this one worked out nicely. I like it. I got some sparkle pop here, and I used Ranger Stickles gel, whatever the nighttime was there. But often my marker runs out. It either runs out totally and I have to switch pens, or I just end up getting streaks because the area is just so large. I was just on a whim to color her skin orange. This one's not so bad. It's a smaller face. Used sparkle pop on her eyes and lips, so you can see there. And that's it. That's all I've done. So this one will be easy to do. But I don't know. I need to get back to working on this because it isn't actually that hard. And it's fun. Plus she has a whole bunch more books. Alright, so now we're into my Rachel Mintz. Most of these are PDF versions, but I do have this physical book, Pentagram Creatures Gothic Coloring Book. This doesn't really have anything to do with the pentagram. It's just weird pictures. Well, kind of what you would classify as Halloween coloring. I did one in here. I wish I'd put what pencil crayons I used on here. That's the only one I've done in here. Okay, so I'm just going to grab all the PDFs here. So this is an architecture sampler. Rachel Mintz, if you belong to their newsletter, sends out all sorts of freebies, and they had put together a sampler of a page or two from all of their architecture books. So I decided to get that because I like coloring buildings. So there's that. Then this is their windmills book, and this has, well, I'll try to take a page out to show you what they're like. Whole thing comes out. So yeah, we got pictures like this and this. They're all very sketchy style. I don't believe I have anything done in any of these Rachel Mintz, but I guess we'll see. And then there's Urban Mess. I really like this one. So we got all sorts of groupings together of buildings and apartments and stuff like that. Those are the kind of things that I like to color in bright, fancy colors. Then this one is called Captivating Eyes, Beautiful Women Portraits, Fancy Girls with Hypnotic Gaze. Well, I guess I have to take them out if I'm going to show you what they look like. So we've got these and these. So they're girls that are like staring at you in the face. A little creepy. This one is French Houses, Naive Retro Architecture and Cute Style Buildings. So these are really nice. This goes, so here we've got some of those. Some of these. That one actually goes that way. So just in case you've forgotten or you're for some reason watching part 12 without having watched the first 11, what I do with it when I get a PDF is I print it out four pages to a page. So I end up getting 1, 2, 3, 4 images, and this is just on regular copy paper. Then when I want to color something, I go into my files on my computer and I pick out, I start looking through the pictures in this book and I print out which one I want. Or I look through the pictures in here and pick which one I want, and then I print it out on the computer on nice paper. Now I really should get to all these PDFs. Maybe I should have a PDF challenge next year. This one's really pretty. Single Girl Happy Line Art Coloring. Optimistic sketches of cute girl, her cat, and friends. So every picture has cute girl and her cat. Like that. Oh, there's cute girl and her cat. This one does not make any sense. We have cute girl and her cat. This one we just have her cat. And so on. And the next one is Occult Women, Mysterious Portraits, Beautiful Shaman, Witchcraft, and Dark Spiritual Faces of Fantasy. Teenagers and adults. So, this is what we've got. Nice, dark, thick line art. Doing here. Really nice pictures. And this one, my printer was running out, so the pictures haven't turned out that great, but I can still tell what they are. This is before I was printing them out 4-to-page. This I just did one in the front and the back. So this is Cuteness, Sweet Grayscale Coloring Books. So these are adorable. I've wanted to color these, but I keep forgetting that I have it. So yeah, definitely get that out someday. This one is Stained Glass Art, Scenic and Landscapes. They have a lot of stained glass books. Just show a single page here. So these are all kind of like sea ships and scenes with water on that page. Next up is World of Fantasy Surreal Coloring Book, Steampunk, Gothic, Medieval, Native, Indian. Oh, I guess that's Native Indian. So these I actually printed out on a nice paper. I don't know why. It must have been an accident. So yeah, this is back to the way I print them. 2 on the front and 2 on the back of each one. So these are just like fantasy. And there's men in here too. Then we have Beautiful Spells, Attractive Witches, Collection of Sexy Occult Women. So, some of these are a little not something that I would color. And this isn't a very, you know what, I think I only printed a sample. That's what I did at the beginning, was I only printed samples rather than printing out the whole thing. Must have been what I did with that one, because the book can't be that small. Rachel Mintz's books are quite large. Okay, so this one is Beauty Garden, Girls and Flowers. Gorgeous women with flower crowns, beautiful spring fairies, detailed floral patterns. Those basically girls with flowers, like that one. There we go. So this one is Childhood, Girls' Moments, Optimistic Mind Cleaning, Sweet Doodle Patterns. Okay, mind cleaning. Get rid of all that dirt that's in my mind. So these are just sweet girl pictures. Yeah, I like these. We get some advertisements for other of their books. And this one is Mandala Flowers, and I only printed out a sample of this because I can just go to the file and pick out which ones I want. So this is what they look like. They'll have that little border around the edges. Wonder if I should take this one out and put it with my mandalas. Probably more likely to be colored if I did that. I think I will. And then this one is La Petite Naive Line Art. And this is beautiful. Love what's in here. I guess they're sideways. So there's this girl in just all sorts of different situations. Yeah, love this. Like this a lot. Alright, so I'm going to put that in the mandala section, which we've already done. And next up is my Jen Racine collection. Just give me a minute, I need to spray my mouth. Okay, so this is my Jen Racine collection. I don't have her last few. This is the Modern Cottage collection. Now this has pages that she's already published before, but she's turned them more from folk art to cottage. What is it called? I forget what it's called, but it's cottage style anyways. Not all of them, I believe. I believe some of them are originals too. So, there we go. Then we have Garden Gnomes, which is really cute pictures of gnomes. Now I've colored some in here. I think they may all be at the front. I don't know why, but this is kind of a start to finish book. So we'll get that lady there. It's got very sparkly wings. That will work if I tip it up. You know, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. You should be able to pick up that glitter. So I'm coloring these the way that they're described in the beginning. She describes the gnome, and she says they always wear red hats and they always wear bright, colorful clothes. So that's what I'm doing. Just for fun, and it'll make the pictures cohesive. And that one. And this is the page where it says, pointy hat prefers red. And that says lakes brightly colored clothes. And the shovel is shiny, if you can still, yeah, you can definitely see that. And we have Time to Hygge. Done this, at least one in here, I think. Here we go. I did that one. A bit of accidents. There's a few places. And I've done that one. That one I really like, which is surprising because I have a really hard time coloring food, picking the colors for bread and stuff. Because usually if I have to color a piece of bread, it just looks like dough. Yeah, I did good with that one, but I didn't date it. Oh, the book was published in 2019 and I got it when it came out, so. Then we have the jackalope. These are just all pictures of the jackalope. These would be good for painting in too. Some of the pictures in here. So I did a couple at the beginning, like this guy, and this guy, and then this page tells you all about them. And I have Scandi Nature. What's that one? Oh, just acrylic paint to give him a poofy tail. And the first one here. 21, I did that. That was just last year. I need to color in this again because I only colored in it like once. So this is the Canada coloring book. And I have colored Alberta. So first thing, there's 2 pages for each province. The first one tells you, like, shows it. So here's Alberta, here's the surrounding stuff, and then it tells you, you know, like the province's flower, its animal, its bird, its tree, you know, that kind of stuff. And then there's a second page which tells the national parks that are there. So we've got Waterton, Banff, Elk Island, Jasper, and Wood Buffalo. Never heard of that one, even though I lived there. And that's the biggest one. It's the biggest in all of Canada. Oh, wow. Learn something new every day. And we have Astrology Cats. And there's 2 pages for each of these as well. I'll show you when I get to one I've colored. Yeah, I colored Cancer, so that's my sign. So first of all, we get the sign and a drawing representing the sign with a cat. There's also always the symbol on that page. And then you go to the second page and it tells you, you know, when it is, the constellation, the ruling planet, the element, the sign, and then just some symptoms that those people have. So that, oh no, I did a second one in here. Oh. So this is Taurus. You see it's got the sign there. And then we've got all the different elements. And I always color my cat on this page because it's exactly the same as this one, so I always color them the same colors. So these are fun to do. They're just like, you know, when you just need something to do for time, don't want to invest in a big project. So this is Yummy Puns by Jen Racine. I've done a couple in here. So You Look Radishing. And How Are You Peeling? That's it. This was actually my first Jen Racine book that I got, Woodland Wander. That's what turned me on to her. So I've done a few here. Yes, made a mistake here. We've got our wolves howling at night, except mine are not howling at the moon, they're howling at the sun. So it's daytime. Oops. I didn't leave a blotter sheet down for this page, so it got a bit of mess over there. Covered a lot of it up though. Yeah, this is one of my favorites in here. lots of yellowing on this page, unfortunately. And that one. That is the most iconic picture from this. And one more by her is Cosplay Cats. I'm not sure if I did one in here. I have a feeling I haven't. Yeah, no, I haven't done one in there. Next up are 2 Canadian books that are really nice, and I highly suggest you finding them. They're out of print, but they're available in brand new copies, because I got this one. Of course, I put the link to, well, no, I don't put the link to everything down there, but just look for it. It's Legendary Landscapes, and the editors, I guess, are Witek. You can pause it right here. But Witek, Radomski, and Carrie Wong. I haven't done anything in this one. It's fairly new. Copyright date is 2015. And this is an oversized book, like really oversized. Probably 12 by 12. Yeah, it's a 12 by 12 square. And it just has really wonderful double page spreads of scenery. And you don't have to color these realistically either, because they would look great in fancy colors too. Just, you know, pretend it's a different planet. And some of the pictures are actually fantastic, because we have faces on those trees. So yeah, this is just a gorgeous book. I haven't done anything in it. And the other one I have had since it came out, I was actually sent it to review. And this is the second one, called Legendary Worlds. This was published in 2016. So it also, I forgot to show you at the back of the other one, that they have thumbnails of the pictures at the back. It tells you where it is and who did it. Like, this is Toronto Train, and it's by Al. And now if you go here, you can find Al, and it tells you about him. It does it on the other one as well. So these are more kind of fantastical pictures. Oh, there's lots of, you know, normal ones, but there's, you know, like this has dinosaurs. But yeah, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Now at the front, back in the day, I used to take all my coloring pages out and use them in my journals. So this is what I have in here that I did, but I never took it out. I think I was actually going to use this as a coloring journal, so I did that. And then I wrote the words, or words from a song by Donovan Frankenreiter. If the road I travel goes bad, I close my eyes and I dream of my butterfly. If the life I live becomes the life I had, he's my butterfly. Yeah, he's my butterfly coming to rescue. Yeah, he's my butterfly. Don't you know that he's my butterfly? I said, he's my butterfly. I love song lyrics. I put them in my art a lot. So this next book, I don't know whether to keep in the collection or take out. It's just a children's book, Raggedy Ann and Andy. It has some really cool fabric stickers on the front and the back. And it's got some pretty decent pictures of Raggedy Ann and Andy in here. You know, if I obviously I would print these out on different paper, and I'd get rid of the words. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should just take the stickers and go. I'll be thinking about that before I put it back on the shelf. It might not make it. Couple by Emma Raymond. She does simple patterns and mandalas. This one is simple coloring, relaxing flowers, and animal designs. Since this is a mandala book, I started at the beginning. I did this with highlighters. Oh, that's all I did. This one is relaxing patterns. Let's see if I started it, because it would be at the beginning. Nope. So this just has patterns. Then I have the recoloring book, manga recoloring book. Sister gave me this. I don't know what all this recoloring business is, but it's just manga girls. There's a bit of they're weird stuff at the beginning, telling you about about recoloring or something. But yeah, it just has pictures of chibis. Never colored in that. Next I have Rachel Reinhardt's Botanical Wonderland. I haven't done anything in this, but I really, really like it. I've looked at her other books. She has the Desert Wonderland, and she has a new one that just came out or is coming out. I don't like them. But this one I think is beautiful, so that's the one I will be having of hers. And I picked myself up at one time one of these British Relax with Art magazines. So this one is issue 67. It's all got original art in it. A little bit hard to see the pictures because the ink is light black, and they're single-sided, and they're really interesting pictures. I wouldn't mind coloring in this and maybe getting a couple more. I just have to be at the right store at the right time. Alright, so my Alan Roberts collection. Not much colored in here, and I only go up to 4. I never picked up 5, and I probably won't be picking up the new one because I just haven't colored in these enough to justify continuing on with the series when it's all just kind of more of the same. So, I mean, I've only colored like a couple of pictures. Colored something in here, I'm sure I did. It has a buddy color. But maybe not. Oh, wait a minute. Was that 2 pictures I colored up here? Just the one. Okay, so I did this one, which is Edward Scissorhands. Yeah, that's the only one I've done. So can't say I don't color like that anymore. And this is the Haunted Playgrounds. These used to intimidate me, but now looking through them, they don't. I haven't colored anything in that one. Then there's number 2, Guliana's Creepatorium. There are more pictures I've colored. Just don't know how many. Nope. Must be number 1 that I've done most of my coloring in. And the first one is just a gorgeous coloring book. This feels colored in. So I did this one quite like that. I did the background and then copied the background over onto this side so that they'd go together. Did the face in the soup. I really like the eyes. They've got glossy accents on them. That was a buddy color. And that's it. I have the other two as well, the two little ones, but they're in my Christmas and Halloween books. Okay, so on to Kirby Rosanes. I have all of his books except for the compilations and the last one that he came out with that was all animal worlds, or I don't know what it's called. So I barely colored anything in the Kirby books. I want to, but it's like every time I mention it, I have other stuff that lined up that I want to color. So I really need to make Kirby a priority one year and start getting some of this stuff done. So I believe I have 2 copies of Imagimorphia. This is the last picture that I did. I really like this one. Here's Phantomorphia. Yeah, the other one is Geomorphia. I haven't colored anything in here. A lot of people don't like this one, but I do. Kind of creepy. And we have Worlds Within Worlds, which I also do not think that I have colored in. So I am just a Kirby collector. I'm not a colorer yet. Nope. Mythomorphia. This was my favorite until Worlds of Wonder came out. But I like them all. I've got so much coloring ahead of me. If I had to go to a deserted island and could only take a certain amount of books, I would take all my Kirbys, all my and all my mythographics. Okay, so that's the double of Imagimorphia, and then here we have Anamorphia. And this is where I did my first one by him, which is not very good, but it is a try. So, yeah. I colored every single one of those guys. And did watercolor, background, and bear. Did some stenciling of adding some more leaves to the little bit that was already there. And I didn't date the page, but it's way back in the beginning. That's it. Next is Kawaii Princes and Princesses by Bibika and Nina Rose. This is fairly new, so I haven't done anything in here. Kawaii Fairy Tale Characters by Bibika and Nina Rose. Same situation. This is a PDF I printed off of Etsy, and I don't know, not 100% thrilled with it. It's Adorable Magical Creatures Volume 1 by Rushi. So I just printed it out on paper, front and back. So I mean, some of the pictures are really cute, and that's what I bought it for. But when you get to people, the faces are horrendous. I mean, I don't know if you can see that face, but, ugh, that's a face only a mother could love. And then, you know, these frogs, these are really cute. So at least it being a PDF, I can not color the pages I don't like. It might only be just that girl. Yeah, because these are all cute. They remind me of Edwina McNamee. That's, I always think of that girl when I look at this book. And then the very last book on this shelf is Creative Therapy, Anti-Stress Coloring Book by Running Press. So this is one of those ones that, you know, has the colored backgrounds or bits colored in for you. Lines are different, are not always black. So there's one thing that is an ongoing for me, and that's this one right here, which I am using my, once my gel pens get down to really close to the bottom, I put them in a jar and I try to use those up. And this is one way I do it, by working on this page. And I do have, what do I have? I only have 3 right now. Wait until it gets a little bigger, then I'll work on this page and probably finish it. So that's the end of our first shelf, and I'm just going to go grab the next one and be right back. And here we are with the next shelf. This shelf is going to be a lot of S's and some T's. So, first of all, we have Mythical Creatures by Stramina Tusuzova. And this is really nice. She has one other book that's wildlife, but it's done in this style that I would like also. Haven't done anything in there. Then I have the Unbelievable Cryptozoology Coloring Book by George Tufexis. Haven't colored in this yet, but he does some really awesome books about monsters. He's got a couple of others. Then I have an Coloring Easter magazine from 2018. I didn't do anything in it, but maybe if I get it out this Easter. Tomislav Tomic. I've done one picture in one of these books. Okay, it wasn't this one. These are just absolutely beautiful pictures. I love these. I should definitely color some more. And this is Dromenyanger. And this is the one that I colored in. That was a long time ago too, so let's see what I think of it. Oh, it's not too shabby. Got a bit of shine on it, some glitter here and there, especially here. That's the fairy. I really glittered her up. I gotta say I'm pleasantly pleased with that. I used the Stickles and the Wink of Stella just to cover her all up. And glitter. I used a glitter gel pen. I used paint pens. And this is obviously my Prismas. Okay, I don't think that's too shabby. Definitely love the mushroom pictures in here. Oh, I'd love to do this. I love coloring elephants. Okay. Not drooling over that. I should be getting on with it. Then we have the Toki Doki coloring book. This has just got a bunch of Toki Doki stuff in it, which I don't know what it is. cartoon show maybe. Fairy Tale Coloring Book by Tomoko Toshiro. And this is quite detailed in some places and not in others. So I just got this recently. Color the Okanagan for the Love of Art and Wine. Naramata, Bench Wine Country. And so this goes around to all the wine estates and some pictures. This would be good for watercolors, I think. Paper might not be the best. It's kind of smooth, but Sun Life Drawing has a black and white 100 patterns book, and these aren't color by number, they're just color them in as you choose. It's a nice book. It alternates with a black background, white background, black background, white background, but they're not the same pictures. And Fairy Shampoo, I haven't looked at this book in ages. But, yeah, let's kind of have some fun with this book. I have to remember that next time I'm looking for something to do mixed media in. Then I have some Tatiana Bogu-Stalova books. I have the PDF of Vintage Papers 4, so nothing to show in there. Nice Little Town 10. I tried to finish this last year, but I gave up halfway through. There's just too many houses and mouses. I like the washi tape on this, but I usually never, ever, ever like washi tape on the edges of my pictures, but that one time it worked. Why is that all watery like that? Oh, I guess I used a water-based product there. I only have a couple of hers. The next one I have is Nice Little Town ABC. Don't see this one around much. It's just different sorts of houses with the letter embedded into them. And this is her sampler. Welcome to Tatiana Bogima's Coloring World. There's 50 coloring pages in here. This is from early on in her career. So we've got Nice Little Town 1, 2, 3, Christmas 4, Christmas 2, Easter, and then her other books. So it only goes up to 4 plus Christmas and Easter. And then we have Meredith Stein. I have all her books to date. You can get a book that has all 3 of these together. So there's Cute and Creepy Chibi Girls. So this is a pastel goth book, but instead of being the weird things, it's all girls. Which is why I got it, because I'm not really into the pastel goth books. I want chibi girls. So this is Creepy Chibi Ghost Girls. So they're all ghosts. They usually end in a little ghost spiral at the end. I haven't had those too long. And so this one is Creepy Cyclops Chibi Girls. This is hilarious. They all have one eye. I think they'll look good colored. I need to do one. This is the Famous 5 Classic Coloring Book, and it includes original illustrations by it's at the back. It doesn't say. The coloring in the iconic. Oh, here we are. The original artwork by Eileen Soper. So I really enjoyed the Famous 5 when I was a kid, though I have to say I was more into the Secret 7. And I read the Secret 7 to my kids when they were little, and they really enjoyed it. So this is the wallpaper book by Jessica Stokes and Jenna Latimer. I've done one in here with that one, which is pretty messy with markers. I'll use a different medium next time. I only have one Christopher Mark Stokes book. I'd like to get some more of them. This is Sinister Nightmares. I think I colored one in here. Ah, there we are. Yeah, I like that. Pretty creepy. That's definitely Prismas before I learned how to shade, but I still like it. Looks good. Alright, so we got some PDFs coming up here. So this is Jennifer Stay's Mandala Bliss Volume 1. This was given away as a freebie for doing some sort of thing. And so I got this. Then this is one of the ones my sister sent me. It's Fairy Tales by Smock 3 Sweet, which is really weird, but they're pretty cool pictures. And then again by Smock 3 Sweet, we have one that's just called Fairies. And I'm hoping you can see, and I don't want to take these out. So. And from Sora Illustrations, I have the Chibi Coloring Book. And these are all from anime. They give you their name at the bottom. There's such an iconic scene. I mean, this is pretty much the same setup as Jade Summers' Schoolgirl. Got the same lockers and Then we have Daria Song's 3 books, The Night Voyage. The original title for this book is The Gift, and I have no idea why they would change an English title to a different The Present it's called in English. Korean. This is a Korean coloring book. So the original title is The Present. Why would they change that to a different, I love the jackets, to a different English word? It's just confusing. So these are pretty detailed books. I haven't done anything in them. Maybe someday. So it's The Night Voyage. And number 2, we're going backwards here, is The Time Garden. I don't know if I have these in order, actually. This one might be the first one. And The Time Chamber. Yeah, I think it goes from garden to chamber to Night Voyage. Then we have this interesting book. Excuse me, I'm just going to get a sip of a pop. Oh, I needed that. So this is the Abecedarium. So it follows the letters of the alphabet. We get 2 versions of each letter. And then it tells you where it came from, because these are reproductions of original artwork. So it's F, or 2 versions of F, and on this page right here it's F1, F2. Tells you about it and shows you where it was on the page. See, like that and like that. So this is a really cool book that I should definitely start working in. Then I've got some Skyhorse books. So we have stained glass coloring for everyone. These are pretty simple pages. Then we have Art Nouveau for everyone. I actually have a mandala one, but it's with my mandalas. And even have exotic chickens for everyone. I think this is hilarious. A book full of hens and roosters and chicks. On the back here it says some other books they have. Let's see what they are. Curious Cats and Kittens. It's like that. Nature's Wonders. Butterfly Gardens. Not into butterflies. A couple of Terry Sherman's books. The Delicious Doodles collection. Her art is just gorgeous. She does grayscale and line art. Oh, there, that's the one I did. I loved that when I did it so much. And this is the Goth Art Tenebris. These are the pictures that she drew under the name Goth Art Tenebris. Don't think I did one in here. Oh, yes I did. Oh, that's pretty good actually. For 2020. Yeah, it's Christmas. Wow. Alright. And then we have Pop Art Coloring Pin-Up Girls by... I'll write this on the back. By... Oh, there it is. A Silky Indigo. Let's have a look since we have it out. Ooh. Ah. Oh, these are nice. Huh. I'd like to color those. So that's by Silky Indigo. Then a couple of simple books here. I have the 1, 2, 3 Simple in the Forest with art by Stacy Peterson, and I have Simple 1, 2, 3 by the Sea with art by Anna Davies, or Davis. Just simple. And it's not stock art, it's by the artists. So that's always nice to see. Then we have Scandinavian coloring book. I love this front cover that's paper cut like that. But I haven't done anything in here. It's quite simple. And this is by Zena Shaw. I think I said that already. Then I have 3 books in the Horrorland series. There's 3. First 3, and there's a lot more to go. So this is the first one, Horrorland. I did that with ballpoint pen. Weird. Oops. A very long time ago. Yeah, and I haven't done anything in the other ones. This one's Men of Misery. Oh, yes, I did. I did them like the Joker. And this one is Girls of Terror. I think I did it. Oh, yeah, I did. Did the Tree Lady. So, 1 in each of those. That's not bad. Okay, now we get to Sassy Coloring. My sister sent me this. All in plastic pages. Quite the way. And I've done one. Oh, there it is. Flip to it right away. I would do that so differently if I was doing this today. I don't know if you can, there's the glare probably takes over all the, yeah, can't see the sparkle. But yes, I would so differently do that. And then the next one is Color My Ireland. I won this actually, and I just printed out a sample of the first 2 pages. I should go back and print out a proper way now that I know how to do it, because there's 40 pages in this, I believe. I'm going to keep that out to remind myself to do that. So we have Sassy Sweethearts. They all have a name on this side. And I don't think I've done any coming up to the front. Nope. And then there are Wondrous Women. These are really nice. They're not chibis, they're just cute girls. And haven't I done one in here? My goodness. No. And this is one of her older books, so you can see they're framed differently. This is Myth and Magic. Her style is a little bit different, but I like it still. And it's more detailed, to tell you the truth. And then I have Gnome Sweet Gnome. And I think I did something in here when I got it. No, I didn't. Oh, man. I love her work so much that I just haven't colored any of it. And this is a fairly new book to me, Elegant Elephants by Marjorie Sarnett. Gorgeous. This is not a Creative Haven or even published by Dover. Then I have 2 of Charles Santori's books. I have the Velveteen Rabbit coloring book. I have a abbreviated version of the story. And I have The Wizard of Oz. I haven't dared colored in these yet. I just don't have the skill to do that. But they're pretty to look at. Ruth Sanderson, The World of Fairies. This is one my sister sent me. It's really beautiful artwork from Ruth Sanderson. She's a children's book illustrator as well. Then I have a couple by Satch and Satch David that aren't colored by numbers, so don't really know where to put them. These are just under his last name. So I have one from the Doodle and Color series, Flowers and Butterflies. I did that. I don't know why I have this actually, because I don't like coloring butterflies. Oh yay, and look what else I have. Butterflies coloring book. Also, what's with that? It's been a printing error. Well, there's one I did. Maybe I used to like coloring butterflies. I absolutely hate coloring them now. So that's it. That's the end of part 12. So I will see you again. We have 2 left if I can get out home, see how many Christmas books I have. So yeah, we're looking at 2 more. So I'll see you again somewhere in my videos, and I'll also hopefully see you in the next part. So have a nice day. Bye-bye.